No, that was an evolutionist idea. That was not a Bible idea. The Bible does not say the world is flat. That's one of those misconception things. It talks about the four corners of the earth. Well, there are still people talk about the four corners of the earth even still today. It doesn't mean the Bible says that the earth is round. The Bible says that God hung the earth on nothing, and the earth hangs on nothing. It is a sphere. It is a.
That's fact, but the four corners is metaphor.
We still use the word fact.
How do you know the difference between metaphor and fact? Wow.
It depends on the context. Context is always important. How do you tell them? I made some jokes here. It's obvious when a joke is cracked, or something silly or something, versus something that. No, I'm saying I made a couple of jokes here. I made a couple of little cutesy little things here, and it's obvious when that's there. And when it's,
what you purport to be the holy word of God as a joking metaphor.
no, I didn't say it was a joke. I said I cracked some jokes here. Is what I said. I didn't say there was anything about a joke in the Bible. I'm saying the Bible has all kinds of thy word is truth. The whole thing is truth, no matter what it's talking about. But there are things that are by the wording that's used there, whether it's factual, contextual, whatever the context is always. But you have to be willing to look at it and study it and understand and such. So But it doesn't matter. The four corners of the earth is still talked about today. You can go to even books today still talk about this. Which I find amazing too. The terminologies and the phrases and such that are in the Bible are still used in common language even still today. So the Bible doesn't say the earth is flat.
I didn't say that the Bible said the earth was flat.
No, so I'm saying
that people made observations and they realized that that was incorrect thinking, and they only learned that because people did things before them. So why does it matter that Darwin's thinking was influenced from people who were his present?
Well, obviously the thinking is always going to be influenced. That's my whole point. That is the point. The thinking is always going to be influenced. When we are telling students at a very young age that the Bible is wrong in a biology textbook, then somebody ought to be able to go in and defend it. Because it's going to cause their thinking to be different. If they never knew that, if they never heard that, or if it's been drilled into them, or whatever, it's going to cause their thinking to be altered there, one way or the other. And the other thing, you said something else that reminded me of something. Let me think here real quick. What was it? You just said, forgot what you said. You probably don't remember exactly what you said either, because you made another good point. I wanted to address it, but I forgot what it was now. But I know what it was. Christopher Columbus knew the earth was round. He knew it wasn't going to fall off the edge of the earth. His writings document it because of the Bible. He knew that there's no way that was true because of the Bible. So it wasn't going to be the problem that everybody else thought at the time.
Just two quick questions.
Okay.
If the Bible was written thousands of years ago, never changed, what about the Lilith and all the Apocrypha? Why was it changed? Why was it taken out? Is the Apocrypha still considered the Word of God?
The Apocrypha is in the Catholic Bible. It's in the Catholic Bible. So, I mean, different religions have different things that they adhere to or grab onto or whatever. But there's a lot that goes into what is canonized or what is called.
So you read the Book of Lilith?
I do not read the Apocrypha. I don't necessarily read the Catholic Bible, if that's the question. No. I don't believe that because there seems to be some pretty good evidence that some of those writings don't belong there. But some people believe they do, and that's fine. They're free.
My second question, and then I'm going to get out of here. Human beings and dinosaurs live at the same time. Yes or no?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So Noah left the dinosaurs behind in the flood?
Most of the dinosaurs would have died off in the flood, yeah. But no.
So they were a little bit too late for the boat?
No, they got on. No, they got on.
So that's why we've got dinosaurs here now.
Actually, I challenge folks to check this out too. There's a guy, Dr. Roy Mackle, a staunch PhD microbiologist, University of Chicago, very highly respected evolutionist, very well-educated evolutionist. He has spent millions of dollars of his own money going into the swamps in Africa looking for Moquilliemembe, looking for a long-necked dinosaur, because there are absolute good reports and accounts that a long-necked dinosaur still exists out there. Now here's a staunch evolutionist that is absolutely convinced, willing to put all of his money on the line even, to go out in search of this thing. Because he's absolutely convinced that it's still there. So it's not just some radical, wild, right-wing, religious, fanatical nutcase job that believes dinosaurs once existed or whatever with man. There are people, even evolutionists, with high credentialed letters and such behind their names, that still to this day believe dinosaurs still exist on this planet.
Have they found any?
That I know of, they have not. They have not.
All right.
But that doesn't necessarily mean anything. There are a lot of issues to that, but nevertheless, whether it's not just a weird, creationist kind of person thinking here. You probably have a book in your library. It's called A Living Dinosaur with a question mark. A Living Dinosaur, Dr. Roy Mackle, University of. I'm sorry.
The answer to that question is no.
Yeah, okay. We have the authority here. Anyway, somebody else.
Hi. On your website, I saw that you make a comparison between lizards and dinosaurs, saying that in antediluvian times, when things lived longer, it could have grown to the size of a dinosaur and become a dinosaur. I was wondering if you could actually explain that process.
Yeah, we used to.
Why a lizard becomes a dinosaur.
Yeah, we used to raise. Well, you can grab go to any pet store that has, or any library, whatever, and look up the reptiles and look at what their names are. All of them, their names are something asaura. An acanthosaura is what the horned lizard is these days. All of their names are something asaura. They have the same names as the dinosaurs, as a matter of fact. Now, having said that, reptiles never stop growing. They never stop. There was a time, and it's another whole big long topic, where things were living hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of years in a perfect world. Well, if you're a reptile and you grow every day that you're alive and you're 600 or 700 years old, how big are you going to get? In a perfect world, they're going to get huge. They're going to get massive. In fact, there's some reptile. We used to have a frill dragon that they're just amazing creatures, like the big frill that comes out, the water dragon. I mean, you should look at some of them. And in fact, even some of the get the book about the water dragon, sailfins, and basilisk. And the guy that wrote that book is a staunch evolutionist. Man, he has attacked me several times. Okay. And I said, Val, have you ever bothered to read the preface to your own book? He even talks about how the reptiles of today bear more than a vague resemblance to many of our modern lizards. I think it's December 99. One more thing, I'll let you get another word. I think it's December 99. I don't recall exactly what it is, but it's Discover Magazine. It was in 1999. I think it's December 99. I'm sorry. It's February 99. Anybody look it up. It's February 99, Discover Magazine. There's an article about the dinosaur skin fossils that have been found. Not just impressions, but petrified and whatnot. Dinosaur skin. And they even say in there, which looks remarkably like that of some modern lizards, the reptile is still a reptile. They're still a reptile. They're going to give birth to reptiles. They're still going to give birth to reptiles. They're still around. They grow every day of their life. They only live 20 years now. Let them live 600 or 700 years. They're going to get huge.
What I was wondering, though, was how would it have the gross morphological changes that occur that are, for example, the development of a beak where there wasn't one before, the development of a different kind of tooth implantation, a different type of hip, different type of ankle, different type.
Where is this that you're talking about?
If you look at a dinosaur skeleton and a lizard skeleton, just side by side, for example, dinosaurs have an open acetabulum to their hip. That doesn't occur in lizards at all. But dinosaurs have an anaorbital fenestra, which is an opening in front of the eye, and lizards lack that. Dinosaurs have what's called a lower temporal bar, and lizards lack that.
Well, it depends on which ones you're looking at. You look at the ones that are similar still today, they are still similar. But the point is, you can have, but you can look at grab a May 96 Earth magazine, and they have in there some incredible comparisons of reptiles today versus baby versus mama, adult reptiles, dinosaurs, reptiles, and there's an awesome comparison of the various.
They look nothing like lizards.
Well, some of them did, some of them did not.
No, actually,
some of them did, some of them did not. No, some of them did, some of them. The first one, they ever put the bones back together, they called it an iguanodon because it looked like a big giant iguana. You look at a green basilisk, and a Spinosaurus, they're identical. They have the upright posture, big back legs, small front legs, the sail down the back, down the spine. I mean, they're identical creatures. They're just, the difference is that, one is only 6 foot today in 20 years, but they're hundreds of years, they're getting, several tons.
Let me ask you this.